Yeah, good morning, our esteemed viewers. Welcome to Sports Circuit on Kama TV, Kama Multimedia Limited. Today, we will be giving you highlights concerning sporting activities across the globe, particularly in Nigeria, and we'll narrow it down to Adamawa State. We'll be talking about a lot of sports, football, the ball games, we'll talk about the racket games, we'll talk about the track and field. All these will be coming your way in our programs. All you need to do is stay tuned to Kama TV, where you will get the details. Today's maiden edition, we have no other personality, a very senior sports personality in our midst. I have in the studio a very seasoned administrator, an athlete by excellence. He once represented Nigeria, he represented the states in the then Gongola state. He is a doctor. He studied sports medicine. He's an administrator by excellence. He is presently the chairman of Adamawa State Athletics Federation. He vied for the Zona Reps recently for the Athletics Federation of Nigeria. Please join me as I welcome no other person than Dr. Richard Jetto. Dr. Richard, you're welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Each time we have you, it's always a delight. You are always a journalist delight. We want to talk about sports. We talk about take a brief into your activities when you in your health days in the university, when you held sway in all those events of the athletics. So can you tell us a little of that, sir?
Yes, let me correct one. You said I specialize in sports medicine. Yes, I specialize in an aspect of sports medicine, but not clinical medicine.
Okay.
Because we have clinical sports medicine, and then we have the exercise science, which I specialize in. I did my PhD in the abuse area. My master's was in the University of Benin, so I was running across the country to have my education.
Yes.
And during this time, I was able to represent my university, Ahmadu University, at the Nuga 1978, the first time. I won the 400-meter hurdles. That qualified me to represent Nigeria in the All Africa Universities Games in Kenya, where I ran the 400-meter hurdles and 4x400 meters relay. Well, we were lucky to get the relay, but definitely for the 400-meter hurdles, which was my event, I couldn't do very well because of the nature of the altitude there. You know, when you are playing at the lower altitude like our own here, you have an excessive amount of oxygen in the atmosphere, so you have no problem in getting no endurance. But over there, because of certain scientific things, training and then competing at an altitude, you become dried off because the concentration of oxygen in the atmosphere is said to be low. So that was what affected most of us that went for those games. Apart from that, in Adamawa State here, in 1977, after the creation of Adamawa State and Gongola State in 1976, the first competition we went was the Open Championship for Athletics Men. But then we were still young, but I was forced to join because there were no senior men then. I joined, I ran, and lucky enough I was the only one that won actually a bronze medal in the 400-meter hurdles. That was in Calabar, and that was the time when they opened the Calabar Stadium, the tartan track. So that is much I can say about my being an athlete for Northeastern State, Gongola State, and then Adamawa State. Oh, sorry. In Gongola State, I remember we participated the first National Sports Festival in Kaduna, 1977. We did very well. We were best in the north and seventh in Nigeria. Unfortunately, all those things are now history. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. I know every time we have the pleasure of talking with you, we don't always fail to talk about your performance so that we can inspire. On that, you decide to go into administration. But before we go into administration, now let's talk about briefly the women. The women seems to be doing great for Nigeria. What do you think is responsible for this?
Well, African women have not actually been very good in most of the games, especially the Arab nations didn't start early. And over here it is Nigeria that actually was opening the gateway for women's sports. If you look at in most of the games, in athletics, we are the best. Now, volleyball, basketball, and the rest, Nigeria is ranking high in Africa because some of the African countries, because of maybe religious differences, but now I'm happy that that one is giving way to modernism. So Nigeria has actually done very well in sports. But then if you go to the at the world level, then it's there that you gauge us that we are actually nowhere. But in Africa here, we are.
In athletics, Nigerian ladies have been doing well in the World Athletics Meet. They've also done well. We've had a lot. The Amusu, the Kabaris, the Okoya, in the past, another. Women have actually done well in athletics. They've competed favorably with their European counterparts.
Sure.
Now, we're talking about the ball games now, which African is coming up. Nigeria is in the elite position in Africa. Now we're looking at now. Basketball, football, volleyball. Volleyball league is going on at the moment.
Yes.
The basketball, they just finished the Africa, Nigerian won, and in football we also won. Now, what do you think? Let me narrow it down to our state here. Now, football is not in the best, both male and female. Now, volleyball is actually doing well. Basketball is trying their best. So what do you think we can do to improve female participation in this thing in our states?
Well, when we started with Adamawa Queens, you remember, there were so many ladies that came on board trying to showcase what they can do. But then I think the encouragement has not been so good. You remember most of the female football clubs in Nigeria were actually being run by women. Women were encouraging it, business women. And over here, I don't think there's a woman that has come out to do so. So the state government has been doing its best to see that the Adamawa Queens and likewise the Adamawa football team, male, have been fun. But then all we need, what actually is wrong is that these games are not introduced or they are not encouraged at the lower level. Like in secondary schools, we have never seen any football team for a secondary school. We've not had women into secondary school football. Since 1960s, in the 70s, we have had only men football. And later on, female football was introduced. That was not given attention.
So, sir, will you advocate that we take female sporting activities down to the schools?
Sure, that is why you discover them. You see, a female football has a limit, or the female folk themselves, they have a limit when they can actually do good in sports. By the time they get married, sometimes maybe as a result of their men who will not allow them to participate any longer, especially when they start to bear children. So the best time to start is when they are still in the secondary school.
Yeah, I agree with you, because if you take a look at the Nigerian Super Falcon, the oldest player there, she's 33 at the moment.
33?
33. And if you take the average age of the Nigerian Super Falcon, it's about 27.
Okay.
I want to liken it to a Chelsea club now.
Yeah.
The average age of a Chelsea football club is 23. Now, do you think that the young ones will really want to be part of this games? Like you said, we have our religion, we have our cultural and traditional dichotomy. And I'm talking about female football because they seem to be doing making the country proud today. We are very proud that they've given us glory, the lost glories in the past. Now, you said going to the grassroots. And as administrator, let me take you back to administrator. The administration work you are doing now. Now, as a chairman of Adamawa State Athletics Association, how many programs or what are the programs aligned to ensure that grassroots participation is enshrined in sporting activities, particularly in the athletics?
Well, unfortunately, in terms of youth sports, especially the intermediate and junior, the Adamawa State Sports Council is handicapped in that direction. Okay. So maybe we have to move it to the secondary schools, reintroduce school sports, inter-house competitions. Through that, then the Sports Council can pick from there, because the Sports Council doesn't have a standing team, but the schools can have them within their own premises. And then through that, when there's a if Adamawa State would want to, Sports Council would want to organize, then they have to get in touch with the ministries, with ministries concerned. From there, then we can now select a team for the sport. So the buck still falls to the secondary schools and probably even primary schools. Some of the girls, as early as in primary schools, they are discovered.
Yeah, I know the primary school is doing something along the line. Like you said, maybe primary school, go back to the primary schools. Now, in a fortnight from now, the National Youth Game will commence in Asaba.
Yes.
A lot that is between the age of 12 and 15, which is catching them young.
Yes.
Now, what is your call for Adamawa, particularly as it regards these youth games?
These youth games we participated in all the youth games we participated. Last one wasn't that very good, and we are still preparing to go for the next one. You see, our problem is still that of funding. Now these boys and girls are, in a way, camping. That is a few of them that we have. They are here in Janamuta, they're doing some camping. But that one is not enough. You understand me? To retain them, so that those who participated in the last youth games, we can still see them participating in another age category. But we don't have that because nobody is looking after them. Let me tell you something. When we were in teachers' colleges and secondary schools in those days, in the 70s, the government was interested. Sports Council was interested. They will even bring jersey or tracksuits and give it to us. And you don't know the pride you have when you wear Northeastern State at your back on the travel when others are looking at you. So that one encouraged us. The state Ministry of Education buys sports equipment in bulk and distribute them to schools. That one is no longer here. So this is the problem. Unless we have people that would actually dig and find out what is responsible and then find solution to it.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. I know time will always friend. We have been talking with Dr. Richard Jatu, the chairman of Adamawa State Sports Athletic Sports Association, a man who has seen it and is still doing it, still ready to render his services. He has just made a call to the government, give funding to sport. The sky will be the starting point. Sir, we cannot thank you enough. At a very short notice, you obliged us. We want to say very thank you for coming. We hope you oblige us when we call you again for another time. You know, sports wake you from sleep. You always tell us about sports because you sleep, you dream sport, and you wake sports. Thank you so much for coming.
I would have loved us to be banging in the ears of the state. Let them always be hearing this. What we have done in the last National Sports Festival is nothing to write home. Camping, how long have we been camping? So you don't expect what you have not worked for. So we need money, and that money should come on time. Our coaches need to be trained, need to be updated with modern methodology in coaching and training.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
By and large, I'm glad that we've started a program like this. And I hope those who are concerned are listening.
Yeah, we'll try as much because we're going to be having this program Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday. We'll bring in stakeholders. We want to bring even the government to come and tell us what they're doing. Like you said, it's a whole encompassing thing. The athletes, the administrators, and the government. Sure. So we need to partner to ensure we get this. Now, if you're just joining us, we are rounding At the moment, it is Sports Circuit coming to you from Kama TV, a arm of Kama Multimedia. We urge you to continue to listen and watch our programs. I am your host, Austin Nigerian, saying stay connected with Kama Multimedia. Thank you. So long.